It's far from over. And it's so far from over because we're now getting started. 12 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock on this blessed Tuesday, the 31st of March. It's Tuesday. Do you enjoy your weekend? Hope it was good. Hope you're recharged, refueled, and you're ready to take advantage of the entire week. The next long weekend again at the end of this week.
Starting from
Friday. Shane, how was the weekend, man, bro?
Yeah, it was kind of hectic, but I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friends out there, Trinidad and Tobago Youth Ambassadors. They had their sports day yesterday. I had a time, I was that one, and it was cool. It was really nice. I enjoy sports day. Sports day is my thing. I'm looking forward to the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation Sports Day at the end of April too as well. It's always a big show whenever we link up there in concert. And also, nice weekend overall, you know. Nice weekend overall.
Nice
a lot of
weather.
fun. Get to relax. One or two little casualties in the whole mix. My heart goes out to the nurses. I always come here and I always stand by those nurses, eh? And I stand by the nurses today too as well. And I really hope something comes out of the situation and get a clear up and rectify what is going on, because it's very heart-wrenching and sad to see the state of our healthcare system. And I really hope we can handle it and sort it out fast, quick. Because I'm seeing a lot of things on social media, I'm seeing a lot of things on media. I don't really want to believe the stuff that I'm seeing. And I just want them to just sort it off as soon as and as fast as and just let me just get over this hurdle, because trust me, that is one sector in TNT we don't want to fall, eh? As much as people think it feeling. I myself never had a really bad experience at the hospitals. I always have a good experience, not even personally, but even indirectly now. People always be like, yo, I went to the hospital, but I thought it was a big thing, but they sort me out real good. I never had a personal. You had a personal with it?
Yeah.
Serious?
With my father, though.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Serious? Yeah. Nah, I never had a bad one, mate. But again, everybody is having a different experience based on everything, and that's how the thing is just go, right? So I really hope they sort out this thing, right? I still stand by the nurses, though.
Mad, blessed, stressed, obsessed, whatever it is. Don't hold it in. Get it off your chest. WhatsApp us now at 322-9494.
Hi, good morning, guys. This is Medic. I tell you, this weekend I was on the road a lot, and the type of driving that I saw was crazy, ridiculous, and very irresponsible. I saw a guy driving on the shoulder at about 120. He's on the shoulder racing, and his partner is on the fast lane, and they're moving in and out. I saw all kind of craziness this weekend. Drivers, please let us take our time. I'm a driver, and I've been driving over 40 years, and I've drove very fast cars. But again, we need to take it down. The government talking about putting guardrails, not stopping any accidents. Because you know what? The kind of speed that we are racing at, mashing up those guardrails. Come on, man. Life is important.
In a world full of madness, one person has outdone them all. Donkey of the day.
Can't wait for this one. After a long weekend. Anybody went up on the beach this weekend? My beach on a long weekend, mate? I went on the beach. Went up on the beach. I know around this time it's jellyfish season too.
All I know, the records was out and bad.
Yeah, I saw the records. I saw the license officers too.
And bad.
Yeah. I know Easter weekend is jellyfish season too, eh? Around this time. Not only Easter weekend. Around this time it's jellyfish. Let me go.
Super down the HP Baba shop down looking for it serious. Best AK bounty. You don't know, boom to the world. Goodness.
Big up my brother, best boy. The good memories, boy, best boy. Good memories.
Boom. Have a donkey boy. You see all them ladies and them who like to go to them man phone. And if a girl text them and say hi, they will speculate and say, look, you hold them with our next woman. Look, she tell you hi. Donkey for them girl and them for going through man phone who like to speculate. Not because the girl tell me hi. There's you horning you. It's just like, hi, she's here, now we friend. Donkey for them girl and them.
Why you sound like you're so angry? I got home and go donkey. I don't like going donkey. I got home back. I got home back.
Oh, wow. Like that happened to him over the weekend, but
Yeah, boy.
you vex.
She's had to go in there. That my brother, man. I like you, that my brother. There we go.
Come till you woke up at the morning, super donkey of the day. Alright, I send my son by him, mother.
Wait, but
Yeah, boy, you ain't get that break, boy. What happened there? Phone a place. Stop doing that. All right, so I got a donkey of the day today, ladies and gentlemen. This donkey goes out to that man who broke into that home in Curep. That's how by shit. He mashed up the place. Shit.
right.
The man break in the place, mash up the place, ransack everything. So much so, the brother get tired, you know. Fell asleep right inside the house. The homeowner returns around 8 p.m., open the door and realize the house upside down. Of course, if you walk in and see a side like that, your heart start a bit fast, your adrenaline start to pump. What happened here? So he started to search the house and he running from room to room. Makes his way into his master bedroom. And there's a grown man sleeping in his bed, you know. In the bed. That has to be our piper. I don't care what nobody says. That's our piper. That's our piper. Imagine that. You come home, your house is ransacked. The living room, the drawing room, the kitchen, the bathroom. And you're going in the bedroom, hey, you know. Majori, you're running in the bedroom. And the man knock out of the bed. What kind of madness is that, boy? Don't get it there for that. We're on it. Oh my. Don't get it there for that. Everything going crazy today.
We wait people that was coming, you call on the phone, and as I reach home, they're telling the person on the phone, all right, well, I'll reach home, I go call you later. But sorry. When they reach home, there's now the time to talk when they reach home. Get them a donkey from everybody in the business in the car.
Talking in the car. I will never just come in the car. I just stop and come off the phone. All right, we're going.
If I remember correctly, that bandit in that Curep thing come from White Point 14.
From Point
He was
14.
tired from the transit.
Yeah, he come from Potter. That man like you walk from Point Potter to Curep, you know.
Morning, Sue. Shane, that was good. He looks at the tree there, sir. What only thing he do is eat food,
He made the porridge.
The man got that sleep.
Donkey.
Morning, one boom, not two. Yo, that's somebody. People that fall asleep on the bed while they're up in the house.
Hi, good morning, guys. Donkey of the day. For those workmen who come to do work on your house and when they realize it's a woman, they figure they could take advantage. No, brother, not at all. You get a donkey because I'm smarter than you.
No. We have a similar situation than you would have, coulda, shoulda. I got a voice note similar with a workman coming over to a lady's house to do some work, eh? Look out for that sometime during the month of April. I don't know when.
I went to get cut and park up at the side of the road. Like honest outsiders,
Yes. Yes, I see it. Oh gosh.
But I was thinking the same thing. That goalie looks slick. But you are saying that. What does that person do when they catch that person sleeping in that bed, boy? I might try to figure out what does that person do, boy?
Boy, to be honest, boy.
I have a higher understanding to that. Yes.
Yeah, it's what you're into, yes?
That is the most secretary.
It's what you're into, yes?
Bless money damage. I don't forget two people. So I stopped by P. Simon side because I observe an old lady and probably her grandson, very young, trying to cross the road, so I put my hazard lights and I take center the road, pop my hand to stop the traffic.
Right.
Doing that. two drivers decide they want to cuss me out. I didn't answer them back donkey fall. They have no patience and no respect for the elderly.
Alright.
And the youth.
I won. Oh, that's it too? Okay. Two drivers. Don't get it there with again.
Top of the morning, super. So I said my son buy him mother for the weekend. Day before yesterday and yesterday. My boy put three apples in a bag. He carrying one for mommy, one for sister. And he put some seedlings in a little thing that he carrying it to plant a kitchen garden for mommy. And my boy come back yesterday, he upset because nobody in the house said what the apples, so he bring back the 3 apples and the seedlings. He had to plant it by himself because mommy never take time to come outside and help him plant it. Sister never take time to come outside and help him plant it. Nobody didn't help him plant it. So he was a little upset. On top of that now, mommy come to drop him up and stand up like about 6 feet away from me. And she don't want to say good evening now. What kind of ingredients is that you're putting in your child, mommy? What kind of ingredients is that? Get that mommy a donkey there from her. She like about
How did you Abdul so boy?
right? Oh, that was fun.
Abdul get A plus. I don't like how she did it with Abdul, man. Abdul get A plus, man. Hug up the boy, love up the boy. Spend some time with the boy. Don't get in there, we go.
Morning, guys. Good morning. The donkey of the day for me is the co-workers in my department who do not practice proper oral care,
Whoa,
but
okay.
always want to speak up in your face.
Okay. Yeah, don't give her that. Yeah, what I got here? I'd say no.
Done.
Morning, fellas. I want to give a donkey of the day to the regional corporation.
Who?
Past government. Morning, fellas. I want to give a donkey of the day to the regional corporation, the past government and the present government for that pavilion project.
Oh, man.
They had there.
Sad, boy.
They block up the walkway, the path we go walk around the park by the pavilion. A year now, we have no pavilion now,
No, we are.
and the project stopped by the new government.
People need to cross.
People need to cross.
I got them barriers and them people are climbing over them barriers and to go up in Caledonia, but which one little lion was opposite Moa Junction gas station?
Yeah.
I won't give them a donkey who's having the share works. But give them the share works a donkey from there super.
All right, go see.
Everybody will be climbing over them barriers and them.
Yeah, man. Morning, neighbor, your life.
Pa,
Mm.
see this?
Oh,
Yeah, I want to this to the public. When I have to use a public restroom out there, when you walk with boy a little tissue or put a napkin or something, some use it on the
sometimes,
the public has
sometimes you don't have. Sometimes you don't have that, boy.
I'm going to give you to Mama and Joe to watch.
He was just wait. He was just wait to be himself on this show and I'm on it. I show what that.
Yeah, fellas, me again. I want to big up the people in Tobago.
Right?
I went to Pigeon Point over the weekend and they don't have no umbrella set up or no chair set up. There's nobody sitting there. When you reach, just setting it up. Another thing, they ain't paying no umbrella where it had shade from the tree. They say that's the people who don't want to pay for umbrella, they could go under the tree and sit down.
Yeah. So, we
So I want to big up
the
those people at Pigeon Point who managing the beach and that scene for the great job they're doing.
Grand Rising, morning. Grand Rising, can tell everyone. Super Shane.
Oh.
Rising to all, and Grand Rising to the public, and Grand Rising to the world. I want to get a donkey to the 2 drivers who were driving on the main road this morning. 5:15, to all the drag racing.
All right.
Careful, boy.
That madness. Yeah, that madness.
Honestly, bro, I don't really do it after size of what the lady called about workmen and when the rest now woman, right? Also from a workman perspective, a tradesman, that customers will buy the most expensive materials, but when they come to pay you, the begging for discount, they can't pay you, but then you come back for money in 2 weeks, right? I understand that.
Yeah. Take a donkey. That workman struggle is always a workman struggle. What's all you take on this nurses thing? Was this nurses thing? Or you think them nurses taking home now 80,000? This person, I don't know what's going on. Send over your stuff. And give in trouble. Or WhatsApp give in trouble for some reason. I don't know what's going on there with you, brother. We're going in. Boom! You relax yourself now. Why would this come from me with that money? There's so much money and shit. You relax yourself.
So far, you understand? Then I saw that okay last night. So he telling me, girl, the plan a little girls nights like a sleepover and a weekend thing now, boy.
And next
a
one?
little games night and then alcohol thing. But yeah, the thing is, he girlfriend friends, or about half of them buy and about 2 of them is like.
Too early for that.
He got.
All right, it's too early for that. All right, so what's going on? I'm doing what more?
Morning, Super. Super, you encouraging that? You allowing that madman to call and you endorsing it?
Oh!
Yeah, you look for that. You think? That man is a madman. I'm telling you that.
Oh, bad people are welcome by. Everybody's welcome by. Morning, neighbor.
Morning, Super.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Yeah, I want to give a donkey at the day to the driver of Project J. Mackley and the party boss. You keep driving just as what you're going and give him.
All right, brother. Respect. Take that driver.
Some people stretch in the morning. We jam. The Morning Jam on Boom 94.
Real simple statement here. I want to get your honest opinion on this one. Because we need to stop making excuses. Agree, disagree? If you are absent parent, you do not love the child or your child. Agree, disagree. Simple. Your parent and your partner, they separate. And since that separation, you have been absent from the child's life. It simply means that you do not love the child.
Good morning. Not super. It's not so easy. Not so cut and dry. If you're not present in your child life, like physically present, that don't necessarily mean that you're a deadbeat parent. Because there's many different scenarios for people that for one reason or the other, they're not physically there. But they still provide. Sometimes them being physically present in the child life might lead to the child being in a toxic environment, which is even more harmful to the child. So they prefer to wait it out until the child is an adult and then try to rekindle that relationship and make up for lost times. But it's never so cut and dry when say somebody a deadbeat parent just because they're not present. I have to hear like case by case to assess that.
So based on what you're saying there, it's okay if you're saying in a father situation here to pull away from the child and wait until he gets a little older that he could understand the reason why the mom and dad don't get along. All right? Morning, neighbor.
Super morning.
Welcome to it.
I mean, you don't love your child, you just stay away. If you choose as a parent to stay away, that means you don't love them. But if it's a condition where you know how these things go, and you have the restrictions and things, yeah, what? You making a choice to stay away?
What is a real reason some men stay away from the child, eh?
From the child? 99.9 times is the woman, and the bacchanal will scare the game.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
Simple. If a parent is absent, it's because you don't love the child. This goes for more than Friday. Morning, neighbor.
Yeah, morning. I don't agree with that at all.
How come?
I was married with a woman for 27 years. I leave the house when my last child was 17 years about to do CXC level just because I wanted to be mature in life. Now I leave, she turned the children against me. I have 3 grandchildren because the mother bitter, I don't even get to see my grandchildren.
What?
Just
When I did,
because
when I did culture it?
my child is big man and woman now. If it is they being disrespectful to me, one of my child has talked to me. One get killed, and two boys. I three boys and a girl. The first boy get killed.
All right, so you
The
think that.
second boy, he don't talk to me. The third boy does talk to me. The girl was living with me, but being disrespectful and thing, I send her back by the mother because when we separate, she come and live with me. I can't be treating you as an adult and you as an adult, and you want to be disrespecting me or my new wife.
I understand you. All right.
I ain't taking no disrespect from big children. I treat you as an adult. As your father, you need to treat me with respect too, just as you want to be respected.
But you say, despite all this, you still love your kids.
I love my kids, but I'm not the parent to say I love my children so much that I know they're doing wrong and condoling and saying they're doing wrong. Say they're doing right. If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. I'm not putting up with that. I support wrong.
You understand your brother. All right, respect it and check it. See it?
Yeah.
You see how serious you're getting today?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. If you're an absent parent, it simply means you don't love your child. True or not, super on yes.
The Morning Jam on Boom 94.
Yo, morning guys. It's very simple. You don't love that child. There is no situation in life with your partner that can make you stay away from your child. The only reason you're supposed to be away from your child is if you're dead. So you don't love the child. Simple.
I will disagree with that. It doesn't necessarily mean if there's a separation and a parent is absent, it means that the parent don't love the child. It could be many reasons behind that. It could be the parent mental health. It could be their current position due to their socio-economic status. It could be maybe they're struggling with substance use. It could be so many things that are happening. So I don't agree with that.
What kind of topic is that this morning, buddy? It's best I call back Ashley and see what's going on with them sisters. Because sometimes it's a wicked mother that want to be blocking access to the child and generate that kind of outlook. That kind of way?
Morning time, super. I like this topic on this morning, but I wanted to know very rare that there's find a man at a beg a woman to mind she child. I am a daughter since she's 2 months. She can be 3 years. Next 2 months in May. And I am a daughter and doing everything for she. And up to this day, they beg the mother to be in the child life and she don't want no part. Big up to all the fathers that play in the both role in the child life.
Super, do I agree with that? Super. To keep your freedom, your sanity and your peace of mind, sometimes you have to stay out the child life. I know I tell you, super, don't go there. You end up in problems.
This is our second hour. This is how we do. Right now, the country is in a split, right? Some people are saying it's simple. Others saying absent is absent. There is no excuse. Simple. I want to know. An absent parent means they don't love the child. Yes or no? WhatsApp number 6233941. Send me your views on this one time.
Room to the world. Super. Not because a parent absent, that mean deadbeat. It's a parents who absent by force and it's a parents who absent by choice. It's a parents who present and they just manipulate the children. If you understand what I'm saying, they just use the children as manipulation, right? So, me by better you be absent. If you know you're manipulative, better you be absent. If you know you're toxic, but if a parent absent, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're beaten because some parents absent by force, right?
So you tell me you love your child, but you got bust a call, boy? You got
Send a text.
send a call, boy? Pass. Buy one gift.
So how about even the parent phone? The child will have a phone.
No, man. I just came out of a divorce for 15 years. Won't get into the details, but the only thing you got to maintain is your children and realize that the other person may be weaponizing the children against you in order to draw a line. once you recognize that the children are using different words or have an attitude, and you choose to say, yo, this child is wayward and this child is bad and whatnot, that's not you deciphering what's really happening on the other side. My children were weaponized against me, and I caught everyone and nipped it in the bud and done it. Call her out on it. That's how you prevent these things from happening, from making the children and them hate your guts as a parent.
Morning, neighbor.
Morning. I just calling to say I want to beg up my friend. He's a single parent of 5 children. All 5 baby mamas left him with these kids, and he's doing a great job. Francis from Matarita, beg up yourself.
Beg up yourself, Francis. Don't know. Yeah, man. Thing easy out there, boy.
Morning, super. Is any other and by choice and all kind of different images. Before the court make a decision, both parties had joint custody, right? So if things ain't working out, we go to the court, do the thing, and we decide what we gonna do with the child, right? That's shop and talk, but over and one can be my
example. My father was not around us, his children, and that because our mother catch him with another woman, and because she catch him with another woman, she divorced him and tell him to stay away from his children. Or else she go call the police and maybe get a restraining order or do whatever she had to do. So because my father was frightened, he never came around us because our mother threatened if he come around them, she will call the police and deal with him. And my father love you, he's big man now. My father love you, so he was explaining to us the situation.
You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't love your child or children, right? Sometimes the situation that is presented, you may have to compartmentalize in order to save yourself personally and the child surely experiencing maybe a toxic situation, toxic environment. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's just better to do that for the time being now. Yeah.
Try the wings. I'm telling you, the honey mustard is a vibe. They have different other flavors too as well, right? But that honey mustard, that's a big vibe. Check out the mashed potatoes and come and enjoy all their juicy omelets and so much more, right? Also, there are milkshakes and smoothies. That is top notch, top tier business. Breakfast Club of the Fafan Street in Arima. Send me those voice notes or call me up 623-3941. I have sent.
I listen to everybody all the time, eh? You're my partner, way. I feel as man to keep your brain intact from some of them. It's better that's refrain, boy.
Oh no, that doesn't mean that.
Because like my situation, bro. Them, once me and them not together, them in business, we'll go on with my feelings towards small man or anything. Them in business.
Children.
Let's put the child in this perspective here. You think children understand excuses? One thing for certain, 2 things for sure. I know they understand absent. Or absent. It's for you to choose. You to tell me.
One more thing I want to say. You see all the parents who making it difficult for the other parent to be in the children's life. Let me tell you something. When your children bearing witness to their behavior, and they may not be able to make sense of it or rationalize it in the younger years.
Right.
But as they get older, and they start to put the pieces together and come up with their own reason and rationale, I hope you'll be able to explain to your child as an adult what it is you did to the other parent that impacted their absence. Because a lot of times, it's one parent making it difficult for the other parents or their children bearing witness to their behavior.
I agree with what it is you were saying, because when I was younger and my mother left when I was 4 years old, I didn't understand and it scarred me for life. When I became an adult and I had to go through the same situation with my child father, going through the court, I realized you have nothing you could do to stop a parent from being in their child's life. So even though you as parents, we as parents now, when you feel like, all right, I don't like the child father or I don't like the child mother or whatever, but it's the child that we're really thinking about. And as I became an adult, I felt I had this to go through this with my whole life. wondering why my mother left. My mother don't like me. Why she leave me? And now that I'm an adult and I went through the situation, I know that listen, it have nothing. My mother have no excuse for not being a part of my life. So really and truly, we as adults need to think about the children and not ourselves.
We talking about absent parent means.
And whether or not.
Absent parent means the parent don't love the child.
But especially with some of the callers and what they were saying and so forth, is a multi-layered answer, really, because you don't know why the parent not in the child's life. It could very well be that one of the parents, whether mother or father, don't want the other parents in the child's life, so they're making it difficult for the parent to see the child. And so that don't mean that they don't love the child. It just means they can't see the child as often as they would like to see the child. So I don't know that I would just automatically say that an absent parent does not love the child. It could be anything. It could be that you're sick, you're not well, and you're trying to deal with your health issues, and you're not physically able to be there. It could be many things.
So we're not making excuses here.
Oh, yeah, it could be many things.
Do you agree or disagree with AV? Let me know.
Men out here that want to be in the children's life, and it's only because of the mother, the men can be in the children's life. Because I am with an individual and he loves and takes care of his child, but the child mother makes it difficult for him. She does every single thing under the moon and the sun to try and push that man away and to try and put that child against it's his father. But that man does take care down and he loves the child.
This lady here, thanks. I just want to tell this lady here, thanks. If nothing else better, just tell this lady thanks for me, my brother. I didn't finish hearing what she's saying. Me didn't finish hearing what she's saying, but the angle she come with, yes, my brother. And sometimes people doesn't understand that too. You dig? Yeah, man. Boom to the world.
All right, up next we got our cathedral playlist, and if you got some information for us. Back into our topic, if the parent is absent, it simply means that parent do not love the child. Yes or no?
What did you say? What you thought?
Boy, I will have to share the same sentiments as you.
Yeah. They never know.
Sometimes watch things straight on until you start to go to the seasons and the period and
You start to look at it black and white until you realize there are shades of gray and some lighter colors. You never know.
There are some situations that, boy, it's just heart-wrenching and just sad, right?
I know parents who went away to make a better life for the children down here, and they're not necessarily with the child physically, but they don't mean they don't love the children.
My daughter dad sends $700 a month, but she maybe see him twice a year. He calls maybe once a month, and he do not really ask about her. She's 3.
Wow.
And I never prevented him from seeing her. He sees her only if I drop her and pick her up. Is that love? Because I feel he only gives the 700 to prevent me from going to court. He lives south, I live Port of Spain. I have to hire a car for him to take her and spend time with her, which is unfair. He makes no effort to come to her or come to see her. Situation like, oh no, if this is a situation like this, I will say,
Don't looking like you really want to spend time with your kids.
Yeah, it had no love.
Boy, boss, man, that's I beat some punch, you know, I didn't long weekend. Let's go, my husband, and I was going to go my word.
Oh, you beat punching over the weekend, so you gotta come to work? Okay. All right.
So you and joke fired.
Yeah.
Hey guys, morning. So I don't appreciate this Negro nonsense because I will be there. They know I'll be there. I know I'll be there, but we can't agree. We can't agree on our time. That's the coward. All right, guys, have a good day. With regards to the topic, what the lady said, she's definitely 100% correct because mostly females make it very difficult for the baby's dad or the child's father to see the children, especially when he's now in another relationship. It's also very multifaceted, but most times or a lot of times that is what it is, and it doesn't mean that the love isn't there.
Let's call me FNS Cafe line 2. Oh, you're going already?
Kind of late.
Line 1, we try line 1.
Yeah.
Morning.
Top of the morning, King. Give thanks for life.
Yes, man, all the time, man. Blessings.
Yeah, and the topic what you're talking about, and I was going through a little situation too. Sometimes it'll be pushed out of the children's life for no reason to because you're not with the mother again.
Yeah.
That's a real bad thing now.
Terrible thing. Terrible thing, brother.
And it's very true.
And I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Hey, King, man, hold up.
Yeah, man, one love.
Hi, good morning, guys. I am of the belief that love is an action word. And when a man loves a woman, he will go beyond for the woman. And then when it comes to your children, no, if you love your child, you will run the race with the mother and make sure you see your child. You will put you before the court and get custody, even if it's shared, even if it's every other weekend, because in the child's eye, you don't love me, because if you didn't love me, you would have been here. So there is no excuse in my book. There is nothing at all. I cannot have nothing at all where a parent should be absent from the child life. It have no situation that I could think about, because I am a parent, and there is no situation that I could think about that will keep me away from my child. So if I have to go to court and get you on a weekend, get visit or whatever, I will do whatever it takes to be present in my child life. And if parents take that initiative to say, listen, I don't care, no matter what it takes, I'm going to be present in my life, then we wouldn't have absent parents.
No, I hear you know, Kola, but so many things wrong in that statement too, because yes, I might want to fight for my child, but I don't have the resources to. I'm tired, physically, financially, I can't reach it. To get a good lawyer to keep up, to fight, to go back and forth, and it's only failure. Boy, it does be tough, it's tough. Hello, Kola, your life.
Super money.
Live as I make on Facebook. I put it up, it's where you went up.
Yeah.
No, that is total madness. Total madness.
Things on Facebook and social media and things, I don't really, I listen, I will watch, but I can't take it forward because it's one-sided and I only see from when the press record. So I don't know the truth. But based on what you're saying, it's definitely a concern. But I gotta say, it's man, it's because I don't know.
I didn't see it, so I can't.
Yeah. It was sad, it was concerning. But that's as far as I could go with it.
Yeah, that is just to show you what some men have to go through sometime, right?
I know a lot of brothers going through it rough. Yeah, Kola, thank you so much. Evie, what I appreciate the most about this, and now times, I don't know if it used to happen back in the past, but I heard people complain and people say things, so I don't know from experience, but I know from hearsay. But I could tell from now, in my current era, from right now, men are talking, men are talking and we are sharing and we're starting to realize we have a common problem.
Right.
And we're starting to come together.
Yeah.
How strong is the movement? I can't say because I'm not a part of the movement, but men are now speaking up against things like this.
Yeah.
And I love it because now things that were in the shadow or things you wouldn't be mindful of or aware of, it's now out in the light that people are getting more and more in tune with it.
And I think that it is very important, and because for a man who going through something like that, if you don't have an outlet, it could really make you go out of the deep end. You don't want that.
Yeah, if you take this.
How about that trouble?
Late going on the morning jam. All right. So we have some messages like this as well in the whole scenario. That's a Tuesday. Funny thing about this topic this morning, I have a daughter that I cannot see.
Yeah.
But the mother only expect me to give her money, which I ain't getting time with my daughter. I have a daughter that I have problems seeing.
Right.
And her mother only expect me to support financially. I'm not even getting time to spend with my daughter or be in her life. So I have stopped giving her money because of that reason. Now, the scary thing is to say that you agree, kind of weird to say now, boy.
Yeah, of course, because
if you don't want to give money and child
and the child had to do
but
it
I
out,
can
you know?
understand.
Exactly.
And I hope you understand why I understand to agree. So
you understand. The two things. In other words, the two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah.
You could understand, but the child is the one who has to end up suffering because the child had to do it out.
You understand?
But I understand. So the two things
Yeah.
could be. And then for a man, how are you absolutely certain that the money that you are giving is being spent efficiently on the child?
You gotta study that.
So,
word of advice?
I say,
Word of advice. You gotta study that. Don't want to, some things I don't want to know.
You know,
you'll be next. Yeah, don't know. Just
because
don't say
for a
it.
man,
just don't say I didn't.
True, but for a man who's spending money on his child, he know he's spending money on his child, and then you come in to tell me, now, well, she and her so, but I know how much money I give you, and I know
that's supposed to cover XYZ. So how come you're now coming to tell me?
Yeah, I watch it like that.
Understand? So I'm just saying that there's so many different layers.
Yes,
It can be
there are layers,
frustrating.
yeah.
So while I would usually I'll be like, no, you don't have to have a balance there. If there must be a balance, because true, while it says so, there are men out there who simply don't want to, like the same thing you were talking about. It's said that there are men out there who just don't want to be a dad. They don't want to be a father. They couldn't be bothered. They don't have room in their life for a child. So they did not come in to see the child. And the mothers are frustrated. We had to balance it. Yes, I know that does happen. I see that happen. Women weaponize their children, and that is not fair to the child at all. No, it's not fair to the father. Just because both of you couldn't make it together, that doesn't mean that he should be out of his child's life. So that's wrong. But they also have men who just don't want to be in a child's life, just like they have mothers who don't want to be in a child's life.
Take me to court, expecting to get the upper hand, and the court realized she had nonsense, and right now, quote unquote, the situation has she in the hospital. She can't function how she want to. Then I trying to see the children with some kind of problem. Mind you, she live in south, and I live in up in the north, and I make an effort to go to the church.
Some women make it so hard for these men to be a part of their child. Speaking from experience, I know someone that's going through that for 3 years to get custody, to get visitation rights to see their child. And the woman makes all sorts of excuses. Now, this is a special needs child. She makes all sorts of excuses, And it's super to tell you the truth. Some women just wicked in their mind because they can't have the man. They do these things, and it comes out on the children. He was taking care of 2 children, and years down the line, come and find out one of the children is not them own, and she's still demanding money for them. Some women make it hard. I don't understand that.
These stories making me feel to cry. If I know myself, I buy 2 Chinese cigarettes and I'll be a rubber drink. Get it? This one only sending ambience voice note.
Listen to this. The boss are late this morning because if my child mother come late to pick up the child boy. You know what going on with this?
And you are reach later that much.
So fine, you know what that woman says? You must do whatever it takes, and do whatever it takes. That's why people that end up in jail. So here, that child will get big. Real recognize real. When the dog will come to the light partner, I'm not going to force myself in no situation, right? To get myself in no trouble.
I am a victim of one of my parents not being in my life before I even born. And that is my father. So I say he did never love me.
Okay, so I heard that say that the lady, so the baby father gives $700 a month, but he doesn't make time. Now, if we switch that scenario a bit, what if, dude never have money, but he spends time with the child. Is that a bad thing too?
Ooh. I don't have money. I can't get you 700. But I'm watching them Monday to Friday.
No, if both of you are cool, if both of you cool and you know you're taking care of your kid again, that's a both of you.
Right now,
that's a both of you. I think it depends on the both parents. If she cool and she like, all right, cool, you spend time with your kid, you take care of the kid, no problem. I will go ahead and. However, if it is you don't have money because you choose not to, you just choose not to work, you don't want to work, you don't want to make money, that's a whole different story. If it is you're in a slump right now and you can't work for whatever reason, that's something different. But if you just can't be bothered and you don't want to work, we have issues.
Yeah, a scenario here, which is a real deal on the field. I work in CPEP.
A real deal on the field.
Yeah, I work in CPEP, I get laid off, and I'm not motivated to look for a job because I was doing this job for so long. Time passed, and I'm not motivated to get a next job because I'm in a state of depression.
You need to get out of depression
And I let you know,
a whole job.
and I let you know, listen, I let you know, hey, I'm not really feeling to move and thing. But I could watch him for you. Monday to Friday.
First of all, you're not watching him for me, love. That's your
child, you're right.
Yeah.
But you have the child, and I send him money, but no, I don't have a job. So I'm telling you now, I could watch him from the Monday to Friday now. Send him over, but I don't have money to send.
That may be so, but it may not be sustainable because it depends on how much money I am making. Because remember, when you take him, because you don't have money, I have to be able to ensure that all that he needs, I had to pay for all that, make sure you have that, make sure you have. So it may not be sustainable because if the whole thing is on me now to make this money because you're depressed and you don't feel like working, then it's not sustainable. If you're going through something right now and both of us discuss it and you say, listen, just give me a few weeks or give me a month or give me 2 months, whatever.
Yeah.
And we discuss it and I say, okay, all right, no problem. And by then I should catch myself and I'm going to start looking for a job, fine.
But super, I call it again because I'm so passionate about this topic here because I just always say your children is supposed to be the number one priority. Since I have a mother who called about the father who's there sending money for the child, if you're listening to this, be the bigger person. If you know that man is not physically harming your child, be the bigger person because I'm telling you it is very important for children to have both parents in their life. So just chalk it up to you doing it for your child. Don't block out the noise and block out him not making the extra effort to physically come and get his child. You do it. Do it as often as you could. Not saying to inconvenience yourself or put yourself in hardship, but do it for your child.
Let me tell you something. Children, I always tell people, children are very intuitive and they know a lot more than you think they know. A child will know that a parent doesn't want to spend time with them. A child is very intuitive. So even if I take you to your father every weekend and I let you spend time with your father every weekend, as a child, I will know that my parent does not want to spend time with me. And that is still unfair to the child.
Sometimes the excuses, the child will take it because they don't understand. But the minute they reach in their teens, they do understand. Then they start to resent the parent. And then the other parent sometimes gets the blame.
Something as simple as the words that are used says a lot about the mindset. So you living in the north, the woman living in south. You used to go there freely every day, every other day, all hours of the night to get the pum-pum. But when the child comes, it's 2 minutes out, making an effort to go. Were you making an effort to go for the pum-pum before?
Would you say that? Why would you say that?
Yes.
Why would you say that? Oh, this is real comfortable with me though. I love it though.
The views expressed by callers to the Morning Jam do not reflect the views of Boom 94.1 FM.
Yeah, what's actually so early?
And you don't even know the child. You don't know you start. You don't know the woman business. Just so you jump out yourself. Go when she used to go. But you don't know you start. Suppose all this time he used to come to her. And now that they done, he's staying in his house. You don't know the girl. You don't know the woman business. You don't know what you start. So you real fresh.
Or you used to be halfway in somebody's house.
You don't know. Boy, this is what I'm talking. You don't know the people business. You real fast.
Shit, I mean, you never come here, man. Jump in there.
I don't read up the woman who talking on behalf of men and letting people know how some women really are. Trust me. I mean it. But you see women, Palo? Oh God, for heaven's sake. If somebody out of your life, what you're brahmining because of a child for your children? Come on. I just see women want to be on top. A lot that's come together to unite. But I believe it's time for men to get up and unite against this stupidness going on. Because I'm going through a situation right now. That's why I find this topic very interesting this morning. I'm going through a situation where I have court case this morning because I end the relationship with my child mother due to certain circumstances. And she neglected me of seeing my child. No matter how I try, no matter how I call, whatever number I call from, she blocking. For example, she hear my voice, she blocking. But the children's authority had to come in. Every time I have to find out what's going on, I had to contact children's authority. So that is a ticklish situation right now with a lot of both parents, both parties.
So yes, there are some women here to just keep the child away from the man because of whatever reason and so forth, right? But there also are some men because they don't know the woman, they don't know the child too. And that's facts. The same way that they will treat the woman is the same way that they treat the child. Just the same way how a woman will take the initiative and take the time to go to court to get the child, the man can do the same thing. Like I say, if a woman giving you trouble, giving you static to see a child, take her to court. Show the initiative because again, children are very impressionable. And the things that you do, the things that you say, it will impact them. They may not be of age now to understand fully, but when they grow older, trust and believe that it would be
a negative impact onto them. Boy, my daddy never loved me. Hey, my mommy never loved me. You understand? So men stop making excuses. Women stop making excuses. That's what the court system is for. Yes, the judicial system in Trinidad and Tobago, but still, take her to court, take him to court. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing that should prevent you from seeing your child. If that is the case, make a report in the station, go to court, and show the initiative and show that you're willing to go the distance for your children. Because just as the lady said, and she's right, men just go the distance to get what they want. Meaning, before the child come, to get the front. Men go the distance. So go the distance to get children, same way.
You know where I say get to see my son? His grandmother. And she have him, she just called me, come and see your son fast. I don't want the mother to know, you see your son. That she used to be telling me. And that's how I say get to see my child. I did buy my thing for my son. And she have a man telling she don't let me see my child. But that's how I be going through. And when I go into the court and thing, I'm getting all right, she getting all right. But this thing's supposed to change our court system. But right now she have no money, she works nowhere. And she got to be begging for money to go and buy milk and pampers for my child. And I had these things when she not calling me. Unless the grandmother call me and tell me her son run out that thing, so the only survival is no my son need thing.
It on my mind to just give me a piece now. My first two children is 23 and 21 respectively today, right? I spent I get 8 years of my life in the court fighting for visit and custody of them children. Was always a problem. The mother resistant, she never want to send them. Until one day I went and tell the magistrate, your worship, I'll pay my maintenance, and if she don't want me to see them, when they get big, they will come and look for me. And I live with that. Hear the bad thing, Super them children is 23 and 21 respectively today, and they don't make sure with me, they just pass me like they don't know me. But it is what it is. So sometimes a parent just get put out a child life. Not all parents who come out a children life. As earlier I call, I say, see, peace of mind is something, but peace of mind is just a contribution. Sometimes it just literally get put out. It is what it is.
Good morning. Interesting topic. So, I am a product of a father that was absent, that chose to be absent while I was a child. And I didn't hold it against him because I know how life could be. And he also didn't reside in Trinidad. I understood how life could be, right? I had no problem with that. My problem was when I grew up to be an adult and we tried to reconcile, having not held the fact that he was not wrong for my whole childhood against him. The man continued to be the same absent parent. So you can't blame it on my mother and my family. My mother never tried to stop him from seeing me. He knew all my family members and he could see me when he wanted. He just chose not to be present. It's not the mother, it's not the mother's family. It's just the person being evil, the person being unkind. Because even as an adult, where you could talk to me on the phone, or we don't have to be in the same country, you still didn't even want to try. It lasted for 2 to 3 months and then it was the same thing. And that does hurt. Because at the end of the day, I didn't hold it against you as a child, but as an adult, it really did hurt me. And I got over it, but you know what? Some people is just to keep a distance from.
Hey guys, okay, so I listen to all these men, right? These men who genuinely want to be in the child's life, but the bitterness of the mother because she cannot have her way, or maybe because the man move on, or maybe like it's just some other reason she's just bitter, just trying to create things to keep that child from the father. Listen to me, it does have men out there who really play around, but trust me, it have men out there that really want to be in the kid's life, but just through the mother, she's just bitter for some reason. It's ridiculous, man.
Boy, it's crazy.
It is.
Living in a crazy
Some
world.
crazy times. And I will stand by the fact that weaponizing children, that is I thought that's a hurtful thing. I remember they had this video on social media some time back about this father. He had his daughter. She could be about 2, 3. And apparently when he had her, the mother's coming back for her, and he just, because she loves her to do her hair. So he took her to a hairdresser, and the hairdresser twist her hair and put clips in it, and she was so excited to show the mother, and she ran outside to show the mother. When the mother came, and the mother started cuss and quarrel and pull out every
Put your hand in the hair.
Yeah, you
that's-
never call me and ask me
that's
permission.
situation like
And
that.
this child is screaming, because the child was so excited. The child is screaming. I go, and you're not seeing the child screaming and crying.
But my
Everyone
thing
else
is,
there.
Evie,
the
and-
child devastated.
Probably you can help me with this. My thing is, I think at some point, all women will share that same sentiment. I will never keep a child away from the parent, the father. Or I don't support that, and why women do that. At some point, I believe every single woman will have that, will agree to that.
Like I said, there are various reasons. One is the very shallow reason. He now with me, you can't see a child.
So, but how you mind seeing-
Now, to be fair, if I'm in the situation, that'll be very difficult for me to know some other woman around my child, and I don't know how you will treat my child. So I on pins and needles, right? And then we have different reasons why.
So how you think a man will feel with an next man around his child?
The same way?
Right.
The exact same
So all
way.
the shoes, the shoes got with one
yeah,
side.
I'm saying, based on that, you can have that kind of conversation with the
men had to humble themselves with that for a very long time.
Again, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying if he feels like that, if she feels like that, have an adult conversation. This is my situation. This is how I feel. I would prefer if when you have the child, you don't have it around somebody that you're not in a proper relationship with. This is a personal preference. It's up to you now to say, this is how I feel about that, or this is what I think. But at least have an adult conversation instead of weaponizing the child. You all decide for yourself whether or not, as best as you could, keep in mind the best interest of the child. So sometimes compromises have to be met. You might be a little bit uncomfortable, but the thing is to ensure that the child is at the center of everything, that the child's
That is
well is
the
what
child
is
at the center.
the center.
I realize this mic can take up everything in this room, man. And I don't understand why people continue to come in this. I have conversations while we have a conversation. That is the most craziest thing. You could come in and say anything and we'll hear you. Like say, boy, you the back burning dog.
Moving on.
Super. My child mother is 8 months pregnant. And within that 8 months pregnancy, she do not want me to come her clinic. Every time she clinic, she say me, nah, don't come the clinic.
Why?
What really going on there?
I don't know. I
got
you need to ask her though.
People is asking them.
You need to ask.
You
need to ask her. Sir.
And I think that's cause back and on because a situation like that is not your child. You go on home now and tell him, see now, that is not my
child. But then,
Tom, Dick, and Harry to get information on your business.
But then sometimes he trying to talk to her and she said, nah, she may not give him a reason. So frustrated, he might say, nah, boy, but what's that one? He might go and ask him. But what I will say is, know who you're asking. You don't know who you're asking.
I don't even support that go and ask because I find, honestly,
I just always say, talk to the person.
I don't support women asking another woman. I don't support that. Because women have a tendency to take their own personal situation and put it on you, and then you go in and take that shoe and try to put it on me. But that is not my situation. I just don't like you going to my phone. I come from a space where that was toxic and it was thing and I don't like it. You want to tell your friend, bring them in my house. Yes.
I try to understand why. Is it?
And then it's a whole back and instead of having a conversation with me and saying, babe, here's what the situation is. Nah, it is not above the head.
I can't.
Here's what the situation is.
So I will say this. At the end of the day, I agree with you. You're ready. Your first order is to talk to your significant other and let them know how you feel. People need to learn to adult and talk to your significant other about your feelings, about what it is you feel. Secondly, I always say you must know your friends. You need to have a mature friend. I have best friends at no point in time. Because you had to know if you have a mature person in your life that you can talk to.
I have friends, same thing. Friends are all different walks of life.
You go on that
same scenario.
So you go on to hymns in your
the
life.
Same scenario. I ask P. You know what P telling me? But on the house.
So 5P is the best person to go
to. I will never ask me.
That's the point.
If I come and ask Shane go say, boy, I can have many reasons for that. I understand. Just that point alone goes to tell you, yo, You gotta think about what you're doing.
Exactly.
Before you...
Exactly. And you have to talk to your significant other. Papa.
Super. Not every woman's friends are biased. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm
Who
saying,
said that? Very good.
I'm saying the situation going to share with your friends could be biased. Your friends might be biased, you know. But the situation, because hear what's happened. They hear what you're saying, you know. But they're not taking in consideration the person I am and the person you are. They're taking the situation. And then they're going to refer to a situation that happened to them with some other hooligan. And then they're going to say, you know what? It's that. And it has happened multiple times.
It has. But it has also happened that if you have a mature friend, I might say, Super is not that kind of person. Eh? So while I see what you're saying, he's not necessarily that kind of person. So maybe this happened this one time. Maybe you should go and talk to him and tell him so. You can't have adult friends.
And you know what's happened with our friend? No, not all the time. Some women, not all, some women will say, you always looking for the brighter side. And then you will ask that one friend, and then you will ask 4 more friends, and the 4 other friends are toxic. She gonna say, my 4 versus 1, them had to be right.
So why it had to be that? Some women
Some
would
go
do
to
that.
therapy.
Some women would sit down and talk to the friend and say,
That's the course action I have a problem with.
You know what? That's really true. He's not that kind of person. Because sometimes I need somebody to pull you off the edge.
Yeah.
So if you know what, he's really not that kind of person. Maybe he had a bad day. I'll talk to him and that's it. Sometimes you take
Or you really just talk to all yourselves?
Huh?
Or you really just talk to all yourselves? Nah, or you add somebody else?
No.
Or you really just talk to all yourselves alone and don't add nobody else?
We had somebody else.
No, that was a long time thing.
But what do you mean?
We always come together and put it in the group chat and
No,
talk.
honey. At least not with me.
That long time thing.
I have never.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody. Women do that. Or they do that. Group chats. Why do you think that group chat?
Some things might hit the group chat. Some things might be a one-on-one with a friend. But a lot of things might hit the group chat.
To
a
be
lot
fair,
of
I can
one-on-one.
understand. To
But
be fair, you're right. To be fair,
but
you're right.
talk to yourself
Yeah.
alone. That happens again. Because let's call it group therapy now. Or you have a whole movement. You come on, tell you now, why is it? Or you have a whole movement now.
I have a problem when you say all you. I have a problem when you say women generally, because not all women operate the same way. Just not all men operate the same way.
All women don't operate the same way.
Yes, but when you're in your feelings, like just now, you say, all you have a whole. And
I'm still saying it. I'm saying women have a whole movement.
You're saying women, not all women operate the same way, just like not all men operate the same way. I can generalize with men too, though.
Yeah.
The men,
but you're talking about women from a woman point of view. From a man point of view. So the relationship that you would have with women would be definitely different.
The relationship that you would have with
men. And I'm saying based on women, the modern women of now, of today, they have a support group.
All women.
Majority of the women I speak to.
Makes sense.
The majority of women that I speak to. What leads me to believe that there's a wider vast majority of women that does the same thing, which is they have the support groups.
I totally understand what you're saying, sir. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's based on reality. But however, I do take your point.
But back in the day, communication was a little more difficult. So I can understand you probably keep it